This is where Jordan watches his hentai and drinks beer.
And that's my snuggie. Alright. Alright, here we got all this shit. Fuck. Okay. Alright.
Let me know if this is gonna be a big, because I got some files I need to rename.
What do you gotta rename?
Stuff for your other campaign.
Oh yeah, that fate thing we do every week. Every other week. Every so often.
2 weeks.
It's not intentional. It's just military stuff, or I don't know. Actually, most of the military stuff comes up. So.
Are we doing it this weekend?
I was going to ask you guys if you wanted to. After doing this session, and then having a Sunday session, if everybody was on board for doing it, I'm good to go. Because this next session, we're going to finish. We're going to finish last week's session, and then we're going to move over to another storyboard style, like we did the previous chapter. So those are easier.
I'm excited.
Those are easier for me to do because I can just put the picture up and make sure that the content's there rather than having to actually build the maps. So, which doesn't take me a whole lot of time. If you watched any of my scene creation videos, I got an 8-minute video at 800% speed. So it took me 40 minutes to make it. Not that bad. Huh, Debbie cakes.
So synopsis, what just happened? Jimmy nearly died taking a shot.
Jim
took it like a man. I chased mine with a mixed drink.
You chase it. You fucking bitch. Sips Mike's hard lemonade. No.
You know what? Hey, do we have any orange juice?
Yeah. Yeah. Crowley, go out back and milk the moose or something. That'll probably fuck his shit up.
Milk the moose.
I don't know what you guys do in Canada to get drunk, man.
Really?
Alright, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna join this Skype call, right?
Okay.
Just so I can turn around and see Crowley's rep.
Okay, yeah, do it.
Huh? What?
Yeah, Josh is going to join the Skype call just so he can kind of see you. Because, see, with my setup here, I face the rest of the room because I like to, watch porn a lot. So I don't want them to see what I'm doing. And so,
Wow.
I mean,
also behind a desk.
yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, but,
I just gave you that desk. Don't break it.
Just being able to see that added 100% to that.
Right? But anyway, so what the fuck was? Oh yeah, so Josh is just gonna join the Skype call so he can see what's going on. I was gonna turn my monitor around, but then I realized cable management kind of a thing, so it didn't work out that way. But yeah, so there's the new plan. You might want to mute your.
You do realize your cable management is just me taking the Velcro and your charger and wrapping it all up?
Look, man, that's more than I've seen some fucking and Crowley will back me up. I've seen entire server houses with multicolored cables. And none of them are strung together, and they're not organized by room, or by computer, or by any type of
I know.
method.
I've worked in these buildings.
And it's like, what are you doing?
I really like it when I walk into a server room and see that all the punch outs, none of them numbered.
No.
What does Crowley do for a living?
Crowley's an IT guy. He hasn't gone into specifics, and I figured he'd tell us if he wanted us to know. So.
Right now, I'm basically a network administrator right now.
Hey,
That's not my title, but that's what I do.
Right now, I'm a mechanic. Now, self-proclaimed rocket scientist, but
Add me to the call, fucker.
I'm not adding you to shit, Josh.
Do you even have my new Skype?
Josh?
Joshua.Heiler? It's Joshua the Penguin? In a picture?
No.
I didn't find out.
No, what, just add Joshua.Heiler?
Yeah, Joshua.Heiler is the new one.
Okay. Can you stop creating your fucking passwords?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I have yours. You get Fiji water is your thing? Yeah, okay, I got you. Okay. Alright. How did you ask me if I don't have you? Just look on your fucking contacts list, dickhead.
CBA.
Alright. Now we're adding Josh. And we're also waiting on Wheeless and Jimmy. Whoa.
That's
What the fuck?
open on my
Reverb out.
Now they can see you.
Okay, fucked off right off with that. Let's just... Well, they can see me right now anyway, but just in HD. Also, can confirm. Well, no, your camera's not bad, actually.
It's 720p.
Mine's 1080p. Suck my nuts. How about that?
Nice.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't need a good
I
one.
don't even know what the hell mine is. It's on a laptop.
Mine's good enough for mine, that's what he said. Are you guys okay down there?
When are you going to get a haircut, Jordan?
Hmm?
When are you going to get a haircut?
This weekend.
Alright, I need to go with you.
Do me a favor, Josh, and just mute your audio. Just listen to it.
No.
Because I have
that's
this,
gonna
and
be
it's gonna
No.
pick that up real
Okay.
quick. Hey, beer boy, beer gentleman, how old are you now, beer grown ass man? Beer legally aged adult.
Wait, what?
It
Hey, you
is.
can unconnect the printer and connect it to your.
Fucking.
That's
Sunlight
That's a phone cable. Fuck.
and sunshine.
You have a wireless router?
Or you can
I do.
you connect mine to it.
It's
Struggling to get my webcam to do what
I
I
don't know.
want it to do.
Connect mine.
Alright, there, that
You
helped.
must have a-
Why am I?
Yes.
I want to be.
That sorted everything out in
Then get in the
sunlight.
position where you're in the camera.
Alright, I'm turning Skype up a little bit, ever so slightly.
Wait,
Oh, my ass.
that's me.
There we go. Now we can all
You can't
hear
see me if I'm
everybody
down here.
well and good.
Get a bigger chair.
Get a bigger chair.
There are several chairs. There's Charles's chair.
He stole my chair.
Well, then make him take it back. It's your chair.
Yeah. Why don't you just bring your chair? Oh wait, you can't, because the back broke. So I'm gonna go get started. First things first is there's been since we're down to players, there's been some shifts in who does what role. So if I told you that you're gonna have a certain role, I fucking lied to you. So
When did you talk about it?
to a certain select few people.
It wasn't me. You
I know.
guys aren't important.
Caught me in
Yeah.
the
So
shower.
Josh, obviously you're getting shifted a little bit because obvious reasons. All
Shit face too.
Who's that?
right.
My friend Brad.
So Josh.
Brad? Brad's a ginger. That guy's not a ginger.
No, that's not Brad. That's Brad.
Alright, guys. Less about Brad, more about me.
Okay, guys.
Back to Dungeons and Dickheads.
So Josh is in this little scenario we're going with here, is a renowned Inarian. It's going to be on the test, by the way. Josh is a renowned Inarian scientist, cited in several major magical discoveries. Okay, he has life magic, a secret book that tells him the future of himself from another universe. So it may or may not be true what you're reading, but at any point in time you can just ask me what your book says. I'll make some shit up. Your weapon is, in my notes here I have written a literal lightsaber. So think of a little stick or a little magical, how can I
you
describe
shove
it?
in a penis?
No.
You have a hilt, right? But it's just harnessing mana in a raw form, essentially. You're a scientist. You're doing neat stuff, man. Congratulations. Good for you. Anything other than that, like your attire and maybe some extra shit you might be carrying, just wing it. Jimmy is a former mage. She's become tainted with corrosive mana and subsequently taken sort of to a lawful evil lifestyle. She's kind of corrupted, She's altar saber, those of you know what I'm talking about. And she's kept in check by a leash around her neck, like a little magical,
That's the collar.
magical collar, so to speak, wielded by Josh. Please think of names for your characters, if at all possible, because the ancient mythical scientist Josh, it's kind of weird to say, doesn't roll off the tongue that well, so work with me here, guys. She's
That's Rick.
Rick.
Mystique me Morty.
God damn it. So she's a death mage, so she has access to all kinds of death magic and all that jazz. Her left arm has been. You can hear me, right, babe? Can you hear me?
No.
I'm just describing your character. That's all. Okay.
My left arm.
Your left arm has been eaten and replaced by some sort of mana-hungry demon. It can tell the thoughts of others and appears somewhat blackened and ethereal. So you have an arm, but it's just kind of like not like one of these things. It's not like the others. It's kind of blackened and dark and ethereal-ish at times. But it's basically a demon that's eaten your arm and taken its place.
It's like that scary movie from like the early 2000s where he puts his hand in the microwave.
I was thinking Parasite from the late 2010s, but 2000s, whatever, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Anyway, so you have an arm that if you just ask it what people are thinking, it'll tell you. And you also have a silver black.
My fat hand.
No, it's not you. You have throwing knives that spawn from your hands and disappear without a trace whenever they after they've dealt their damage. They just kind of they're gone. As well as kind of like just a nice solid black bow. All right.
What was the part in between the arm, before the arm?
You have death magic.
Okay.
All right. Next we have Wheelus. Now, Wheelus, you're a prisoner of this land. I just realized you were a prisoner last time too. Who gives a shit? You're a prisoner of this land. You existed on the other side, which I'll get to in a minute. But you existed on the other side, but you traveled here. You seek to return to your own dimension. However, you're not overly troubled by the idea of any type of like paradoxical situations. Generally, you're just an unintentional troublemaker, though. Okay, you're trying to get back to your own land, right? And really, it's kind of like consequences. I don't really give a shit. Okay.
What's my goal? What's our role?
I'm getting there. I'm gonna go over everybody's goal here in a second. I'm just giving you your character description right now. You are an Earth Artemis, so you have the ability to use Earth magics of all kinds. Relatively skilled. If you remember that first one we ever did, you had air. Same concept, and just with dirt.
Kind of like, what's her name?
Toph?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you're not blind, or short, or attractive, or on my waifu list. Anyway.
Or attractive.
you were born you were born with a rare trait of mana eyes. Basically, you can see magic in the world around you. So if you look at someone, you can kind of size up their ability to use magic. If you look at something that has a spell on it, you can see the weave. Sure. No. You have gloves that dispel any magic that you touch. So, like if someone casts an illusion, you can just kind of gone. And your weapon is just a simple dagger that only you can see. Yeah. You guys realize I'm setting up some really interesting situations here.
Did you say Josh already?
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have Crowley, who is a familiar summoned by the Shadow of Life. I'll get into in a minute, and tasked with protecting Josh in this case during his journey. He uses illusion magic. He has basically his eyes, like his entire eyes. I say that's kind of weird to say it that way, but his eyes are black. Not like he doesn't have black eyes, like he's got punched in the fucking face. His eyes are black. And there's no iris. It's just fucking. But what that actually means, other than being an aesthetic difference, is that when he's in actual combat, he's gonna get sort of this. It's a fucking Sharingan, okay? He can really analyze situations a lot faster than other people. He just has his predictions in combat, or really in general, are heightened. But he also has twin blades with a blindness curse on them. So if he hits you with these twin blades in any way, even just a little nick, a little prick, you will be temporarily blinded. So
blindness, deafness.
Blindness, deafness. Now, real quick, just to touch on his character real quick, he's a familiar.
All down.
He's a familiar, but he's a familiar with a spirit. He's familiar with essence, meaning he can grow, he can become, if we had levels, he could level up. He's a real character in a real world. He's solid. He's not like a little, wolf familiar that's been created and made. He had to be summoned in the way summonings of sentient life, of spirit creatures that have a soul, essentially. The way that has to work in this world is you have to pull them from another universe. You have to pull them from a parallel world, essentially. Now, the way that's done, given that time is relative, if we pull Crowley's character out of his universe, he could be in the middle of a fucking war, right? We pull him out of it, and he could be here for years, provided there was enough mana to keep him here. When he goes back, he will go back to the exact moment he left off, because time is relative to, this is his world in his eyes. So he just picks up where he left off. So there's no real detriment to him being here. It's just that you can't create, an existence from nothing. No one's God. So people who summon sentient life, real life, they have to pull it from somewhere where they actually exist. So somewhere in some universe, Crowley's character exists. He's not just some summoned creature. So bear that in mind. And of course I mentioned that the Shadow of Life summoned him. In this world there's 6 shadows. So there's fire, water, earth, air, life, and influence. Illusion and death don't get their own because they're considered like evil, dark magic almost, so to speak. And they were also really, in the lore of this world, they were actually just discovered after the first 6 that I just mentioned. So they just didn't bother establishing additional shadows. But it's like to be called the Shadow of Death is actually more of like an insult. Like you're, like the way we would call, I don't know, someone the devil or something. So there's 6 shadows, and they're basically the prime meat of that element that they represent. So life, in this case, one of the best life mages in the fucking world, has summoned Crowley. and assigned him to Josh to protect him. Okay, so he has been assigned as Josh's "don't let this motherfucker die. He's kind of important" person. Okay, move over to Meredith. Meredith is a scientist who basically exists in an alternate universe, right? Not an alternate, but just in a parallel universe. And she travels through dimensions all the time. Recently, she's noticed her particular, right, dimension is receiving a lot more mana than normal, and has traced it back to the universe in which we all exist, the one we all play in, right? If you guys are unaware, in this universe, in this storyline that I have, the goddess has been killed, straight up stabbed right in the gut, dead, and the universe and the world is slowly dying. It's not able to reproduce its mana, at least not in the way it used to be able to. So other parallel worlds are starting to siphon mana off of this one. Now, expediting that, there is we'll call it a gateway, which I'll get into more details in a minute, but there's a gateway that's been discovered in this world, and mana is just flowing through it like a busted pipe. And that leads to Meredith's world. So she's found that, she's found the source, and now she's coming to this universe to try to help cut it off. Now, is that a totally selfless and nice thing to do? Absolutely. She's just that kind of person. She's a great person. Plus, she's just curious. It's a great opportunity to learn more about these kinds of things. So her goal is to save Viroleth from itself. She is a water and fire Artemis, so water and fire magic. She has access to a character known as the the Ray Schwartz Jaeger Dissonance Disaster Mark IV. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a Chineview reference. But basically, what she has is this little I don't want to say a mirror, but like a little device that lets her view her home, right? Her lab from different dimensions, so she can travel to different dimensions but still have a link back home. Now, not large enough where she could go through it or see anything substantial through, but let's say she needed something small, a couple of vials, a broom, maybe something magical related. Ray Schwartz Jaeger Dissonance Disaster Mark IV could just throw it through to her. So, if at any Slime's Gate. If at any point
you've been watching way too much of that.
Yeah. If at any point, if she needs something, she can basically just talk. Oh, real quick, just to give you guys an idea. Let me pull it up here. This is Ray Schwartz Dissonance Disaster Mark IV. So that's her little character. Yeah. He picture it being female, but like a female. What's Batman's butler? Like the mentality. Alfred, like a female Alfred, just super like prim and proper and awkward. But so yeah. Now that being said, the higher caliber, the higher echelon of things that she asks me air quotes Jaeger for, the harder it's going to be to say, oh yeah, we have that. Like she'll have to roll, and if she rolls a 20, okay, you want to pull the fucking Gauss rifle through? Got it. Let's bring it on. But like, if it's something simple like a pair of chopsticks, as long as you don't roll a 1, you're probably fine. That kind of concept. It is. I'm probably going to regret that later, but for now, that's what we got. Which brings us lastly to Nick. Now Nick is a spell sword that actually tried to kill Meredith during one of her leaps through different dimensions, which did not go well for Nick at all, actually, because you don't fuck with a smart scientist. You do not fuck with Doctor Who. Let's just be honest. And so basically, Meredith's character learned Nick's real name. If you guys know anything about magic, most people believe that you have a real name and a given name. So she learned Nick's real name and now has total control over him, very dominatrix style. Yeah, and so now he is essentially a follower of hers, and he's basically just a. I wish I could have like a reference that I could compare it to off the top of my head from like anime or pop culture, but just picture a character that is a swordsman first and a mage second, and how that kind of comes together to be just a powerful warrior that is just dealing out pain and hurt. Okay, now his abilities specifically are influence, which I'll get into all you guys' abilities in a second. I'm sorry there's so much prep time for this. It's just I want us to really have a good idea of our characters. But he's an influence mage, which I'll get into what influence is in a minute. It's really simple. But he also suffers from fragmented existence. occasionally he'll gain abilities from his alternate selves, but at a cost. Because see, the universe that he comes from doesn't exist anymore, right? You can look at it as if he is dead to that universe, or if the universe itself is dead. That's a whole other theory we can get behind. But basically, he doesn't belong anywhere anymore. Okay. So with that in mind, every once in a while I'll have him roll d20, and whatever he rolls, that's what he just fucking picked up from the ninth dimension or wherever, and it's like it's gonna be good or bad, but you gotta roll with it. That, and he has a silver and black scythe infused with leech life, so if he hits anything with it, it's gonna leech some life off of it. And I forgot to mention Merida's character. I'm sorry about this. Has a rune-crested staff with the ability to establish a separate plane around herself, small little area, very small, around herself, which renders her invisible. However, she can still perceive the world, kind of like a looking glass, essentially. She doesn't.
Harry Potter's cloak.
Yeah, she effectively steps out of the dimension, like by creating her own pocket dimension, right? So she
creates a mirror dimension.
She creates, and a little pocket universe, and steps out of this one, completely no longer exists in it, but can't interact with it, can't operate inside of it. She has to leave her little pocket dimension, and when she leaves it, it disappears forever. If anything's left inside of it, it's gone. Like it ceases to exist. She has to exist within it because it exists, or she becomes the goddess of that dimension, essentially. So, let's see. I think I covered everything. So what I'm going to do now is two things. I'm going to quickly go over the details about your magic. This will be really simple and really easy, especially if you've done it before. And then we're going to go story and start. So this should take 10 minutes. Once again, I am sorry for the late start, but we all have different schedules, and Crowley's Canadian, so whatever. So
Sorry.
just going down the list here, okay? So what we basically have is, starting with Crowley, he has illusion magic, right? So
Asian magic.
he has Asian magic. No, he has illusion magic.
Oh.
And what I'm going to cover for each of these, actually a lot of these are very similar, but every magic school is just effects pushed together to create a weave, right? The rules of the spell, and then that weave is pushed through a rune that exists somewhere on your body, right? It's almost like a tattoo. So when you pass,
an actual weave?
Not an actual weave in your hair, no. And so when you pass, so say for example, you're about to cast an illusion spell, you have an illusion rune, and your body kind of starts to glow, that green sort of glow as the mana passes through it, and then you cast your magic. Now, what illusion is? It breaks down into pretty much three types. You have audio illusions, which are the easiest ones to make. They're a real, actual sound, but they're disembodied. There's nothing there. So everyone will hear it, though, because it's a real noise. It's just, that's all it is. Simple. You hear a screaming person down the hall, everyone hears it. They go down there, there's no screaming person. Next is visual. Now, visual, everyone can see it. It's not real, but it's actually there. You touch it, it's gone, right? It doesn't exist. So a person walking down the hall, everyone who is within line of sight of that will see it. But if they investigate it, they'll find it's wrong. It's not there. Then there's mental. Mental is the most effective because if I mentally put a picture of a tiger eating you, don't get me wrong, after when your skin doesn't disappear after a little while, you'll be like, wait a fucking second. But at least for the initial impact, you will believe you're being eaten by a fucking tiger. You will feel pain. You'll have all that. It is real. However, mental, meaning one person at a fucking time. You can cast multiple mental illusions, but it's just that much more taxing as opposed to one visual that everyone just sees. You got to put that one mental in everyone's brain if you want to do that, and that just compounds mana. Really heavy stuff, but it is the most believable. They reach out and touch it, they'll think it's there if it's a mental one. And then you can do simple stuff too, like reaching out and try to touch other people's minds, that kind of thing.
Simple stuff like touching
yeah.
people's minds.
But do you like detecting life, or things like that? Does that make sense, Crowley? You think you can work with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got this.
All right. Next we have Josh. He's a life Artemis. He's a healer, so he can literally heal. He can heal things he can touch. He can heal things he can see. He can make areas heal. So I'm going to throw some life in that direction. Everything around it's going to get healed. Okay, it's pretty simple. They do have to have knowledge of actual medical procedures. Like they can't just, you're healed. No, it's like, okay, I have to stitch your ass back together with magic. Like, so he is a doctor on his own mind in that regard. But it is exactly what you guys think. It is healing. I don't know how else to word that. It is really simple. But he can also summon. So he has the ability to summon creatures. By default, the creatures can only heal. However, if he combines them with another element, such as fire, water, earth, air, he can create those elemental creatures. If he combines himself with Crowley, if he had the ability, which in this case he won't, but if he could create creatures that could cast illusion magic, right? So he has to have some kind of token, right? Something that represents fire, water, earth, air, illusion, anything like that. Anything will do, or the actual raw element to combine with the spell. So like fucking light someone's house on fire and summon a fire creature, whatever.
Did another text joke.
Yeah. So, over to death magic, it's pretty much the opposite of what I talked about. Jimmy's abilities, she can, typical stuff like cast a ball of death at someone, which pretty much just hurts them and, heals her. But also she can do things like cursing people. So you curse someone, then any type of action that they try to take, if that causes the curse to activate, like walking, I curse you against walking. I would like to walk. See, now you're gonna feel that. You're gonna hurt for that. You're gonna be drained for that. You're gonna just feel like shit for that. Whatever. That is cursing. You can curse a specific action, like using fire magic or killing my friends, that kind of thing. She can forget where she was going with that. She can resurrect the dead as well, similar to like life magic. But like I said, she can summon, but she has to have a dead body. Now, it doesn't have to become a zombie. It'll come up and it'll be a death creature that can use death or whatever, but she has to have some kind of dead body. It's not as taxing to resurrect as it is to summon, like Josh, but gotta have a dead body. So, moving on. Nick, influence. It's exactly what it sounds like. You can influence things. So you can make something faster or slower. You can make something stronger or weaker. Can't shapeshift in this one because I'm still working out the rules on that one, and you will break my fucking game if I let you shapeshift, so no. Ultimately, maybe, when there's numbers to my game that I'm making, but for now...
What's the matter? Did Charles leave you a little gun-shy with
no.
alchemy and science? And
well, yeah, but to this day, there's a reason I don't give Josh illusion magic. But you can do those things. You can dispel magic. That's another thing that influence can do, is the ability to dispel magic. But mainly, the big thing is boosting someone else's mana, boosting their mana replenishment, not draining their mana, but making it where it's harder for them to regenerate mana, making it harder for them to cast spells. You're literally just taking something that exists already, and you're just influencing it in one direction or another. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to make it harder for them to blink. Right? Trace on. Yeah. Actually, yeah, trace on is one subsection of what influence could be. Meredith is water and fire. You have water and fire abilities. You don't have to have water nearby or fire to use your magic. You can, as much as it scientifically is weird that you can just create water.
Here.
Deal with it. No, I got beer. Thank you. But it's like anything else. You can push water and fire. You can pull it. You can fucking make it explode or splash. You can, literally any way you can think you can manipulate fire and water, you can. Additionally, you can freeze water, or you can electrify fire. You can also combust fire. So as opposed to just being, an area of effect or a one-shot target, you can also make it have like an explosive knockback. That's combust. The more effects you guys are adding to your spells, the more mana I'm going to take from you. Mana is a percent value today, by the way. So I'll tell you, you're at about 90%, you're at about 80%, etc., etc. You're not going to have a static number. We're just playing to have fun here, so it is what it is. Any questions about water and fire, Meredith? Please say no.
No.
You're smarter than this. There we go. So, and lastly, Wheelus. So Wheelus, you're Earth. Remember how I said with water and fire you can like push it around and throw it around? That with rocks. Okay. You can.
Extensive.
Huh?
How extensive?
Well, basically, what do you think you could do with Earth in the sense of like you can make it where it's like sharp, you can pick it up, put it down.
That'll be Trump.
Like build a wall?
Yep.
Yeah, you can build a wall. It's just
Okay.
so it's just the greater effect you guys are going for, the higher you better fucking roll. I want to throw a fireball at this guy. Cool, no problem. I want to make a fire tornado.
Don't take your powers for granted, though.
Shut the fuck up, crowd. I hate you. So, now for the important part. And I say that because it's important, so everyone pay attention. The story. Basically, what we have here is you guys are going to be going to a a little town out on the eastern tribes, right? Sort of like these Japanese style. I feel like I'm having a common theme here with the recent Fate campaign on the whole Japanese thing, but in Viroleth, the eastern tribes, a lot of them are sort of that Asian, what would be Asian culture. You guys, the ones that are actually going here are...
Is Korean Asian?
Is Korean Asian? Yes. Everything on the continent of Asia is Asian.
We're going to discount Hoshido.
I thought they were over
Yes.
here and Asia was over here.
So Josh's character, Crowley's character, and Jimmy's character are being sent to this.
Who am I with? Crowley?
You two and Crowley. You, Josh, and Crowley. So you guys have been sent, we'll say by some council or another, to this region to try and locate something that is described by the locals as the Grove of Reflection. Okay? The Grove of Reflection. Don't forget it, because I'm probably not going to remind you.
Would this be a still pond?
Shut up. But you're trying to find this grove, okay? And it is near a village and also their jazz, so you will be arriving in that village quite shortly. Wheeless, you are already in this village, in its prison. Like I said, you came from a different plane of existence, and basically kind of ran into yourself, like the one that exists in this universe. And there was a big hubbub about it. People freaked out, and they put you in prison. Lucky for you too, because the other guy died actually during the whole situation there. So you got blamed for his death, but you're him, so it confused a lot of people. So they were just like, you know what? Let's just throw him in jail for suicide. That you have charges of suicide, and you're now serving your sentence. It's a weird situation.
I think I'm cured.
So there you go. That's your lot. Let's see here. That brings us now to Nick and Meredith's character. You guys have just arrived in this village. You are dead center. You're going to be in the town center. You are in this village after basically jumping through the dimensions, but something didn't quite go according to plan. You didn't come out where you thought you were, so you're going to have to take time to get your bearings. Your goal is to also find that grove, but you're trying to find a way either to close wherever the gateway between the dimensions are, between the universes. You'll hear me referring to dimension of the universe all day because I'll keep fucking forgetting. But you're trying to close that because you realize that's where all the mana is going. Now, Josh and friends may not know this yet. Right, well, Josh does. His character doesn't, obviously. But may not know this necessarily yet, and whether he may decide, you know what, no, fuck it, we're not closing it, right? Like that, I could do so much more with it open. Like, fuck the mana, right? I'm a scientist. I don't give a shit. But you want it closed because you also realize that it does destabilize the other dimension, like the one you're coming from. Like, you know, an excess of mana is great. So is water until it floods. You see what I'm getting at?
So I'm slightly evil, and I want all the mana.
Well, yeah, you're slightly evil, but you can decide what you want to do with that. You're basically like Dark Saber in that aspect.
Sure, yeah.
Remember, lawful evil.
Lawful evil. You're really only lawful because you have a leash around your neck, but you know, whatever.
I have to.
I will. Fair warning, Stockholm Syndrome is a thing.
Exactly.
So is masochism.
Yeah, well, I paired you up with your girlfriend and it's not like it's on accident. I just kind of role reversed that a little bit. But with that said, if you have any questions, now's the time because then we'll get started.
Can you slap me?
No. So, as we're going to get started then, I'm going to kind of give you guys the opening push and then let you go because, like I said, there's fucking 6 of you, so you can do some stuff on your own. You're adults. But if you have questions about lore and history and things like that, feel free to ask like at any time because this is a 100% world I created, so I don't expect you guys to know it. I'll put little tidbits in the middle of it though. So,
Hey Jordan. My character's a dog, like a scientist too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, putting this up on the screen now. You guys all should be able to see it. But this is our little village. I probably should put it in front. There we go. Little village that that you guys are coming to. Now, to give you a good description of what you're working with, Nick and Meredith's character are just kind of stumbling through the fucking center here, like, where the fuck are we? More or less. Whereas Josh and company would be coming in from this direction, so we'll label it north, south, west, east, like you would normally see. So the north being, towards the top of the screen here. And you, Josh, your group was told to meet with the emperor of this area, essentially. Now, emperor is a very strong term. He doesn't have a whole lot of land, but all of them like to call themselves emperor because there's like so many little miniature empires out here, and none of them want to like be like just a king or just a duke, like, or whatever the term would be. No, we're all fucking emperors. I got 11 people in my little fucking hut area. Emperor. It's just more of a cultural thing. Now, obviously, he does have a decently sized area here. This is nice. This is a nice little place. But he's no fucking real emperor. But go ahead and not address him as emperor. See what happens.
But I'm a king.
Okay, go for it. But you know him. You know him to be. His name is Ganjung. That's his. If you can remember that name, go for it.
Kim.
No, Ganjung.
I missed that.
Ganjung.
Isn't that the tragic blacksmith of China?
That's right. I straight up stole that fucking name. I was hoping somebody would get it. 10 points to Gryffindor. So, so you're looking for Ganjung, or at least get an audience with him, so you can ask him where the fuck the Grove is. So we know where Nick and Meredith are, and lastly, Willis, buddy, you are. Let me put you somewhere. You see? Nah, motherfucker. There we go. You see, like where the tower is right here. Like, this is the Emperor's Palace. You can't. Okay, wait. You guys probably can't see my mouse cursor, can you? The tall fucking tower there, right in the middle right of the screen.
The right side?
At the at the bottom of that and to the right, there's a prison. That's where you're at.
And to the right.
Yeah, like just back way back down the street there. Okay.
Right there.
There's a prison way back there.
Am I ground level, underground?
Yeah, you're underground, buddy.
Underground. Okay.
Yeah, people know how to build they know how to build a jail cell. So I'm actually gonna start with Nick and Meredith, because a smaller group gives the group of 3 time to think about what they're going to do. So I'm going to start, you guys are walking into town now, so I'm going to start with Nick and Meredith, as you guys have just fucking popped into town. Here we are. Hello. What do you guys do initially? Because keep in mind, you have just appeared. Not like when you travel between dimensions, it's not like some fucking big Doctor Who explosion or anything like that. Or, well, actually, Doctor Who doesn't just kind of... Anyway.
He faces in and out of
Yeah. You guys were basically not there, and then there, okay? So, make of that what you will. What do you do?
Alright, fresh out of the shift, I'm just gonna say, alright, Master, I know I've said this 1,000 times now, but you really need to install a toilet in that thing.
Well, excuse me.
Excuse me, princess.
You're excused.
Everybody's starting to look at you guys.
Put a toilet in it.
So, the locals are kind of noticing that, hey, weren't these people who don't look anything like us not here a minute ago?
And on that, I'm going to adjust my ridiculously large circular glasses and be like, oh, hi guys, sorry. Just stumbling in. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna use some influence magic on her to make her eyes dry out.
What a dick! Roll a d20, Nick. What'd you roll?
16.
Eyes are dry as shit.
Ow! Why?
Why?
Are you such a dick?
Master, is something wrong? You seem like you're blinking a lot more than usual.
Yes, son of a bitch.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. That is lies and slander.
We're slowly gravitating into the...
I am so scared.
Meredith and Nick Veronica.
Oh, man. I'm just gonna isolate the audio from this moment and just put over some really awkward fucking images of some stuff, like put it on erotica. Oh, Master, why are your eyes so dry? Come here, let me wet them for you.
Oh my god. I hate you, Jordan.
Alright, and so, then,
And then.
and then,
Wait. I want to try to get away from my master, so I'm going to say, if you need something to hydrate yourself with, you can send me off to the bar to get you something to drink.
I was up on yesterday.
so young. I would have thought you were born yesterday.
Hey, just because I'm 18 and already a doctor does not mean I'm too
glorious.
young, okay?
This is amazing.
I was just saying that you were so beautiful, ma'am, and that it would behoove me to grab you something to parch your thirst. Clearly, you were dehydrated. and
Partial what?
You were just the worst.
And so the two squabbled in the street for quite some time as the camera shifted up and over to the group of foreigners coming in from the north. So we now have a similarly dressed scientist walking at the head of his group, leading a less than enthusiastic young lady by a leash that kind of burns into her neck whenever she resists. And also their stoic guardian following close behind. What do you do? Stoic guardian and scientist and masochist.
Sadist.
Sadist is likes to inflict pain, doesn't it? Yeah.
So
It's like same thing.
Yeah. See, I just write books.
I don't think our intrigue can be nearly as exciting as theirs.
Sure can. Go ahead and give it a shot, buddy. Start flirting, you two. See what happens.
Oh,
No, that's not.
Oh god, that can't go wrong.
oh, we're looking for the
We're looking for Emperor Gonjon. And,
Kim Jong Gong.
No, not Kim, just Gonjon.
Kim Jong Gong.
Gonjon. 2 words.
Where do you find that Jong Gong?
And the big tower. The one that practically has an LED light on it saying, Emperor
Let's
lives
go.
here. That's where we're going.
I don't want to go.
You don't have a choice. We're going.
I'm not going.
You're going.
I don't want to go.
You're on a leash. You don't get to say so. That doesn't work. I've got the big stoic guy here to carry you. You're going.
Do you want
Enough with the squabbling.
You're in jail.
Let's
Be
go.
quiet.
The interplanar being is done with your shit.
I'm a masochist. I want you to make me go.
Right, so I'm just going to casually instruct our stoic friend here to carry her.
Okay. And stoic friend.
Alright. She got a leash, right?
Oh yeah, she has a leash.
Alright.
It's
Well,
retractable.
so
You can
effective
pull
when
it
it
forward
feels
and
she's
back.
enjoying it.
Got a little button on it.
Alright, cool.
She gets running off. Pull it right back. Just like that.
Well, I will carry her, I guess.
Oh.
Throw over one of my shoulders.
I keep
There you go.
forgetting that Wheelus isn't the stoic guardian because how you were looking at us.
Okay. So you guys are heading towards the the Emperor's palace now. So while you guys are, I'm assuming you guys are making your way towards the palace, correct? I mean, that's
Yes,
pretty
now
obvious.
while she's over Crowley's shoulder.
Okay, so now we're moving over here to Wheelus, who's doing homework. So Wheelus, you find yourself, you kind of wake up as you have for the last few weeks now in your little cell. Just like any other day, bread, water, got a little bucket to pee in and
Auschwitz.
do other stuff. There's a little bed with some straw on it and all that jazz. The guard has come by and he had pushed the food under the thing for you. They have yet to really think anything of you. They don't know anything about your knife or your dagger, rather. They don't know you're a mage. And you're just biding your time. So, is today the day, or are you just gonna? What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna chill.
I swear to God, at the end of this campaign, if you are just serving out your sentence like an honest man, I'll fucking kill you.
Every time I pass my turn.
Yeah, every turn.
I make small talk with guard today.
The ultimate irony would be if he plays out that character, but also kind of strolls out through like a dimensional door every so often.
Just leaves, hangs out, comes back.
I just see him every day using his visible dagger to scratch a little tally mark on the wall. So that's my turn.
How is he doing this?
Stage 20, they still don't know about the
Like
shit
that
up my
anime
ass.
that's not in another world.
Yeah. All right. So then I will come back. What I'd like you guys to do in your off turn now. Do me a favor. Think of a name for your character, please. It can be.
I have.
What do you got?
I have one.
Okay. Well, are you really going with Arturia? Okay. We'll call you Arturia. Stupid ass. But all right. So Jimmy is Arturia. What are you, Meredith?
Merlin.
God, you're not Merlin. You're not fucking Merlin.
Birmingham Kowalski Walton the Fourth.
You're who?
You can call her Lizzie.
You're who? You're who? What?
Dr. Elizabeth Victoria Birmingham Kowalski Walton the Fourth.
Sorry.
All right,
Name by name,
Elizabeth
please.
Victoria Birmingham.
Yep.
Birmingham, Waltzy Waltzahuda, Walt Disney. What now?
Kowalski Walton the Fourth.
Kowalski Lawton the Fourth.
Is that a like IRL person?
No, it's not, because that's bullshit if it
You
is.
don't know.
Holy
That's not inspired by Percy Durrell.
No, not at all.
It's a Nazi.
Not at all.
Okay, all right. Elizabeth Victoria Birmingham, Kowalski Lawton the Fourth.
Yep.
I hope
Please call
you
her Lizzie.
die in a fire.
You know what? Then my name's Kip.
Kip?
Kip.
God damn it, man. Can somebody just be named like Jeff or anything?
Neil, fucking George
All right, Crowley.
This is route we're going. She could be the extravagant doctor. I'll just be Dr. Kip.
Crowley, have you got a
come
name?
back to me.
Okay,
Come
coming back to
me.
you.
I'm still looking
Wheelis. Wheelis. Okay, Wheelis. I know I can count on Wheelis to have a stupid fucking name, like stupid normal name. What do you got, buddy? Is it gonna be? Because last time I'm pretty sure it was like George.
George.
Yeah,
It's
it's
actually
fuck-
George.
like everyone's like Data Jamel and like Del Ryan.
Yeah,
George.
'cause last time I
I'm-
was like, Econ.
yeah, Econ.
George.
I'm George. I'm totally George. You're what, George?
Yeah, it was like Perry and Econ and whatever.
Yeah,
Man,
George
I was
of the Jungle.
I was Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, she was fucking Mary. Yeah, and you resurrected Jesus. It was really weird campaign. Anyway, so
You'll have to come back.
we'll come back to. Okay, so those of you who don't have names, we'll come back to you. But I want names because I'm gonna call you by your fucking name because it's
I've heard
better.
my name down or I'll forget.
Yep, you better. I'm gonna write Meredith down too. God knows I have to.
Walt
So-
Disney, got it.
Yep. But everybody just calls her Walt. But coming back now to Lizzie and her fearless companion.
Who has not had a chance to give a name?
Oh, do you have a name, buddy?
Jedediah.
Jedediah. All right. Jedediah. All right, Jedediah. God damn it. All right. What are we doing?
I feel like you're living out all of your fantasies for these two.
Yeah, this is great.
Is it everything you hoped for?
Yep.
We've got all our games.
Oh,
Look.
We've zapped me a few times.
What are you guys doing, Lizzie and Jedediah? You guys are still in the town square, or I don't know, run into the nearest water source. What were you doing last?
Pretty sure, I would be running through town, wanting to just focus on getting to this gate, but at the same time, just being unbelievably distracted by all the shiny new things. So it's like,
She would be distracted because I'm pointing them out to her to distract her.
Wouldn't the shiny things burn her dry eyes though?
Yeah, what knows? It hurts to look at, but I love it so much.
yeah,
But-
basically.
Okay, all right. So basically, you're a fucking ditz.
Yeah, 100%.
Great. Wow. Okay, that's good to know. You know,
I'm
you're
setting
just
a trend with her characters.
Yeah.
traveling through
I'm
time.
both trying to make her lose her sense of purpose, while at the same time I feel like that guy who's being dragged along to the mall to hold clothes for his girlfriend.
Right. I see why you tried to kill her in the first place.
Nick, I demand you speak in an accent the entire time. Or a voice.
Yeah.
My name is Jedediah.
Yes!
That's a stupid voice.
Do it anyway.
Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's way better than anything Josh could cook up. He has two voices, and they're both Asian and drunk.
Test me. I'll be like, well, hello, my name is Camp.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Maybe just use your normal voice.
And we are here today to talk to the Emperor.
Okay, so just make sure I'm trying to drown him out. Make sure I understand this right. You guys are basically frequenting all the shops, seeing all the things you can see, and basically picking up things that say "do not touch." Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving over to Josh and friends now. You have arrived at the foot of the palace. Right. So about 150 feet up is just this massive fucking tower. Right outside, there's like little fun facts, right? Like on the walls, like they have like little like historical, little like like go to a tourist attraction, they have little historical facts, and it's like this thing has withstood every earthquake the valley's ever seen, which is probably bullshit. But there's guards outside. They're very stoic and guardy, and hello, don't come in without a pass, and that'd be $9.95 a tour. Don't worry, I don't have the typical guardian guy on this one. What? The tourist attraction thing?
No,
What?
his name is Barry McCall.
No, it's what I wrote.
Your name's what? His name's Barry McCockiner? Oh man. Man, Barry McCockiner would have been a better one, but we'll work with that. Barry Maple. All right.
Barry Maple.
Well, I tried to give you an out, but there you go, Barry Maple. All right.
My name's Barry Maple.
Man, this is why I don't do these anymore. This is why.
And the fun thing is he's gonna have like a quarterstaff with him the whole time, and all he wants to really do is bury it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not his name, but all he's going around saying is Barry Mavol.
I hate. You know what? I just need another drink. What I need is all it is.
I just want to bury my pole.
God. Okay. All right. So Barry Mapole, Kip, and King Arthur have arrived outside of the Emperor's palace.
And
Yeah. So, being at the base of this palace, what do you guys do?
well, King Arthur here is reading the prisoner's homework.
Okay.
Not sure what's going on.
Right.
I'm not going in.
You're not going in.
No.
Why are you not going in?
'Cause I don't want
Well,
to.
Doesn't
you can't
matter.
go.
You're
You're still
over.
on my shoulder.
Yeah, you're over his shoulder. You really.
You're not
Barry
going
Mavol hangs
anywhere.
over his shoulder. You really don't have a choice.
I'm gonna poke his butthole.
All right. You know what? With that in mind, Kip actually finds a squirt bottle he had in one of his backpacks he'd forgotten all about. To just spray right in the face.
No.
I'm just trying to help you train
I refuse.
your king.
You should have had him do it. You should have had Crowley in charge of me.
He is. He's carrying you.
Yeah, he is.
It's called delegation.
I give him the squirt bottle,
Exactly.
and I am instructing him to take care of
I
it.
just do what I am told.
Why are you Russian?
My name is Barry Mavol.
I come from a galaxy far, far away.
I do what all a powerful man tells me to do.
Please, tell me your name. Say your name in the Russian accent.
My name is Barry Maple.
Anyway, since you're emphasizing I have a squirt bottle, I'm gonna pass
Alright,
my,
I'm going to do that the whole time. At least I think I will. We'll see
Alright.
what happens.
I'm giving my squirt bottle to Barry Mavol.
Okay.
He's carrying me. How can you squirt me?
He's a big stoic guardian.
I use
You're
one
only
arm
one
for
shoulder.
you,
He can
little girl.
Shut up.
Squirt me what?
You're assuming he's holding you backwards.
I just got a picture of him just fucking quiet.
Anyway,
Back
Barry,
in home
we're going
place,
in.
my wife more squirrely than you.
I like this.
I'm just leaving Barry with you. All right, Barry, we're going in, and we're gonna go talk to Emperor. What's his foozles?
Okay.
I'm not going.
Do we need like any kind of like? You don't have a choice. Do we
I'm
need like
kicking
any kind
Barry
of
in the
like
I kick Barry's
official
butt.
documentation, or is he just not that important?
Yes, you do have to provide documentation.
Do I have documentation?
Yes, you do.
Okay, well, flashing said documentation.
Real quick,
Flashing?
King Arthur, roll a d20 because you just tried to kick a otherworldly being while being, lassoed. So, baby, roll
It's
it.
King Arthur. That's you, Arthur.
Yeah, roll a d20.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, that's
Yeah, roll a d20. If this is a 20, you're dead, dude.
7.
Uh-oh.
What would you say that? 17?
I'd say you rolled it on the carpet and fucked it all up.
Yeah, roll
I'd
the
say.
Oh, I have it.
Roll it in the box.
19. 16.
Wow,
Me.
those are two very
16.
different numbers. Okay, yeah, so dude, she literally kicks you so fucking hard in the fucking, I guess she's like this, so in the chest. She actually dislodges herself from you. How do you take that, Barry Mapole?
I try to catch leash.
Okay,
Pull
roll
her
it.
back.
Roll a d20. Roll the d20.
I fucking hate him. Oh, he doesn't have an actual.
I rolled a 15. Is
Okay,
that good?
You could fucking lie to me the whole time, by the way. I have no
Yeah.
idea. I rolled a 20. I don't know how I'm doing this.
Every time.
Every time I roll a 20, I don't know. Yeah, no, a 15 is just fine. So you just, again, like I said, just pull it right back in. So, yeah, squirt bottle in hand. However you want to handle this, man. I'm gonna leave it to you, but you have won the
Yes, I
altercation.
will discipline with 2 squirts this time.
All right, your squirt bottle is about 98% capacity now. We'll go with that. And we're just keeping track of the numbers, guys.
You got 100 squirts in
he
this
has about 100 squirts.
Listen, little
This is
girl,
a big
you must
squirt bottle.
quiet
I'm
yourself.
gonna be
Try to
so
put the
wet by
emperor.
the end of the campaign.
All right, so presumably Arthur is being drugged, kicking, and screaming by the Russian mafia and Kip.
And Kip, I love it.
Which Kip, I'm imagining you're showing the documentation, right?
Yeah, I imagine for all intents and purposes, I'm paying no attention to the scene.
Okay, yeah, no, so what's the scene being this? Kip walking through, hey, yes, we're here to speak to the Emperor. I'm so-and-so from this association. We're coming to look for the thingamajig, the MacGuffin device, etc., etc. Meanwhile, in the background, you come here, little girl. No, I don't want to. You come here right now. and then they're just like, I don't know what to do. Are they with you? Yeah, they're here. Okay, let them in. No, I'm not going. I don't think she wants to go. She's coming.
She's coming with us.
So,
Like it or not.
so that's where we're at right now. You three are coming in.
Papers.
You three are coming into the palace, a wide-eyed, like, we'll say sort of like what would you call someone, especially if you're in the Japanese term for it or an Asian term for it, someone who would maybe, like a servant, like almost like a butler who would basically arrive ahead of you to say, hey, these people are coming,
What's the blue-haired girl's name?
Rim?
Yeah, her.
Yeah, either way,
I should know this.
there's a housekeeper that's like, oh shit, people are here, hey, Emperor! Put your
They're
pants on.
literally... They're servants, but they're part of the household. I can't remember the term for them.
Okay, either way, some kind of retainer, heading upstairs, and so, people are announcing your arrival, and wondering who the
Make
fuck
way
you
for
are.
Prince Ali.
Exactly. So,
God, don't tell me you have to break that into song and dance.
oh yeah,
I
no.
will make that illusion.
Exactly. So, we're back to Wheelus now. Wheelus, two things. Character name, what are you?
Kratos.
God damn it. Ah. You just fucking one spectrum to the other, man. George. Okay. Kratos. All right, whatever. Why can't we just... Okay, you know what? Fine. No, it's fine.
That's a problem.
Yeah. it's CK Ratos. Yeah. But, okay, so Kratos. What are you doing, Kratos?
Working out, fam.
Okay, alright. Okay. Your pet mouse has just died of old age after being here so long. What are you doing?
Those push-ups.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Who invited him?
Who invited him?
I love it. If he literally spends the whole campaign just being an honest man, serving out his sins, I have no problem with it. I love
Yeah,
it.
I mean, that's great. If I had, I have 6 players, so I don't give a shit either. I'm just going to eat my cake and drink my beer and laugh about Russia. But, like, fuck you, Willis. Okay, so you're doing push-ups in yourself.
Those push-ups.
Dude, we're going to have another fucking earthquake here real soon, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, no! Willis died! What the hell happened? It's a double suicide. All right, so moving over now to Jedediah and Elizabeth, Victoria, Birmingham, Kalowski, Lawton the Fourth.
Yes.
What do you guys do?
Well, first, is there any, can I tell?